Thank God we actually won that. Ah, man. Honestly, guys, I'm calling it night. My ping was in the red the whole time. My character was lagging so hard, it gave me a headache. I'm just gonna grab my food and watch something in bed.
Ow, come on, leaving already, the weekend just started. What are you even gonna watch then?
Actually, in the mood for some nostalgia. My social media feed has been flooded with old cartoon clips signed this afternoon, so I ended up rewatching Cindy House.
Wait, what on earth is that? I've never heard of it. Is it a show for toddlers?
It's a Korean animation horror series. It's actually so good, and watching it now that I'm older. The stories have some real depth. I just finished the episode about Mystery Bus number 4444. This kid named Dory accidentally board a night bus because he falls asleep at the station. Once inside, he realizes all the passengers are pale, stiff, and have completely hollow eyes. Turn out, it's a ghost bus from a fatal accident years ago, trapped in a time loop.
Damn, that's creepy. So what happened to the kid? Did he get sacrificed?
Luckily, Jidan, his older sister, Harry, chases after it and uses magic to break inside. The moment they get out, the ghost passengers start losing their minds and attacking them. But what's cool is that Harry don't just fight them off with brute force. Once he once he realizes they are raging or of pure loneliness and sadness because they passed away so suddenly without getting to say a final goodbye to their family. Harry just hugged them and calmed them down. Eventually, the spirit find peace and cross over to the afterlife with smile on their face.
Oh, wow. So, the ghosts actually had reason for being ugly? They weren't just trying to scare people for fun.
What? Exactly. When we are kids, we only say the scary monster, but that well, we are older, you realize to you realize the show teach you not to judge people just because they seem bitter or angry. You never know what kind of deep unhealed trauma they are carrying around.
Speaking of robot and gadgets, that actually reminds me of my favorite childhood show, Curious George. You guys know the monkey owned by the man with the yellow hat?
I know the monkey. He's always causing chaos. But what's the actual plot? Isn't it just him running around?
Man, you guys missed out on the vacuum cleaner episode. George get gifted this small toy like vacuum. He's super excited to clean the house because he just made a massive mess, cutting up colored paper. But he gets so carried away sucking up everything that he accidentally vacuum vintage ultra rare stamp that Professor Wisman left on the decks.
Sekarang kau bisa membersihkan kapanpun kau mau. Tidak masalah kalau Josh mengotori sesuatu. Dia bisa membersihkannya, kan?
Oh no, that's a disaster. Her stamps are tiny. It must have been impossible to find inside a vacuum bag. Did he get caught?
Before any cloud notice, George takes the vacuum outside because he thinks he can clean the whole city too. He starts vacuuming leaf, trash, but then escalate to sucking up random people. Things like a lady theater ticket and guys' keychains and kids' toys. Eventually, the machine jams because it's completely stuffed. When the owner finally tracks George down at the park, he opened the dark bag in front of whole crowd of angry citizens.
Seekor monyet dengan penyedot debu baru saja menghisap tiket lotre milikku.
Looking all the stolen item and the rare stamp were found intact, just a bit dusty.
Man, George is lucky that didn't get affected. From the city, hahaha, that the man with the yellow had lost his mind.
See, that's the best part. He didn't yet yell at George at all. He just pencilly guided him to clean up the mess and return everything to the owners. It taught me that when you screw up, you shouldn't run away. You have to own up to it and fix it.
Oh, terima kasih. Josh, kamu mau membersihkan kamarku? Benda berhargaku penuh dengan debu.
Benda berharga? Maaf, aku harus pergi sekarang. Selamat tinggal.
Well, at least your stories have happy endings. For me, there's this one episode of Ninja Hattori that is so heartbreaking. It actually made me tear up when I rewatched it yesterday.
Wait. A sad episode. Isn't Ninja Hattori just about him fighting his rival Kemumaki?
It's not about the ninjas, Ri. It's about Kagechiyo, Kemumaki's black ninja cat who is usually portrayed as sneaky and selfish. In this episode, Kenichi finds a stray kitten crying in the cold on top of a wooden fence. For some reason, Kagechiyo completely lets his guard down that night. He stays with the kitten, feeds it, and plays with it until the kitten feels safe and starts looking up to Kagechiyo like a father.
Ini atau jangan-jangan anak kucing ini
Kucing yang dibuang. Kucing yang dibuang? Tadi pagi di atas pagar aku temukan kandang jinjing ini. Kurasa ini.
Okay, so why is it sad? Did the kitten die?
No, thank God. The next day, the original owner shows up looking for it, completely in tears. Turns out the night before, he came home late from work and carelessly left the kitten's carrier on the fence while looking for his house keys. The problem is, when he tried to take the kitten back, the kitten clings onto Kagechiyo and refuses to leave.
Tidak mau. Dia sudah terlanjur dekat dengan Kagechiyo ya.
Iya, benar sekali. Kagechiyo sudah dianggapnya sebagai ayahnya sendiri.
Walaupun kamu bilang begitu, Hattori, tapi yang benar adalah Pak Yoshida pemilik.
Tidak, minggir.
So, what did Kagechiyo do? Did he try to keep it?
Kagechiyo realized that the kitten's future would be way more stable and secure living with a wealthy owner who could give it a proper home rather than surviving on the streets with him. So, Kagechiyo forced himself to play the bad guy. He hissed, bared his claws, and glared at the kitten, pretending to attack it until the poor thing got terrified, ran into the owner's arms for safety. As the owner walked away, carrying the kitten home, Kagechiyo just sat lifelessly under a tree, staring at the empty road, looking absolutely devastated.
Aku terpaksa melakukannya.
Wow. Okay. That's heavy for a kid show. I guess it. Show that loving someone does matter. You have to hold onto him forever.
Exactly. Sometimes, the ultimate form of love is having the strength to let them go for their own good.
That's deep. Honestly, for me, I actually stick to the more chill stuff, like Upin and Ipin. But this old episode popped out on my timeline earlier, and it really got my thinking.
Which episode? There are literally hundreds of them.
The one about ambition. At Tadika Mesra, Chico Jasmine asks the kids to draw their future dreams. As San want to be accepted.
Cepat San, ceritalah.
Cantiknya. Hebat tak?
Kita kembali bersama Chef.
Jarjit want to be a journalist.
Apa dia nak tu?
Nampaknya perempuan tersebut telah ditangkap oleh pihak polis.
And Upin want to be a astronaut. But Ipin Park was what made it awesome. He drew a rocket when XY. He said he wanted to build rocket so he could take Upin to space with him. They literally want to do everything together no matter what.
Hah? Apa kau lukis tu?
Lima, empat, tiga, dua, satu.
Wow, why does that sound kind of sad? Isn't it supposed to be a comedy?
Right, it is different now, and in that some episode they also learn about what Saikdai. The teacher explained how to take care of your AS, like not watching TV for class, eating carrots and reading in a break room. Back then, we just thought it is what Aning advice, right?
Oh, absolutely. But look at us now. Spending all day staring at monitor for excitement and gaming until our eyes burn. Turn out, Singu Jasmine was spitting fat.
Exactly. At the end of the episode, they image being the genius science or a giant pink robot named Pinky to fight off villain. The moral of the story encourages kids to dream as big as possible and to respect every single profession. It's crazy how they shows we thought we're just brainless entertainment for kids actually pack such deep life lesson when you look back at them now.
Right? And the funny thing is, we only really grasp the meaning now that we're older. Back then, we were just logging or hit of waiting the commercial break to end.
That's true. Cartoon nostalgia really brings back memories of a time when life was peaceful, simple, and we didn't have a million things to stress about like what we do now.
Yes. Thank you guys. Seem pretty interested in this episode. We don't have any gaming plans tomorrow night, right? How about we host a watch party on Discord? I'll find the episode and stream them through share screen.
Oh, I am so down for that. Count me in.
Agreed. Tomorrow night it is.
Yes.
Sweet. I'm gonna hit to bed then. My foot got completely cold because I spent the whole time talking. Catch you guys later.
Bye. See
Bye.
you tomorrow night, guys.
Bye bye bye.
Bye.
There were many suggestions like bullying, romance, and other serious topics.
My character was get my food and watch something.
Oh ya. Oh, bentar ulang. Yes, yes. I'm got
Bukan dan di situ kan ada scene 1 terus habis iya scene-nya aja kan ada scene 1, 2, 3, 4 sampai 5 itu pas scene pertama selesai pindah ke scene 2 istirahat aja dulu bentar.
Istirahat tuh kayak ganti topik kan ya jadinya ya kayak gitu ya.
Iya
Iya benar ada cutnya.